the two variants which are presently there in different parts of the world, one is, as you just said, XBB, the other is BF.7. Now, both are sub-lineages of Omicron. So, what was happening in the last 3 years is there were major changes in the viral genomic sequences which were coming up. And so we were labeling them as variants. So you remember, first was the Wuhan strain which came up, then Alpha, then we had Delta, then Omicron. Now, these were changing very frequently. Every few months they were changing, and they were major changes. Now, fortunately, the good news is that after Omicron came, and that was in December of 2021, so it's been over 13 months now. Since then, it is the Omicron which has sort of firmly established itself across the globe. Now, of course, there are then sub-lineages or mutations which keep happening within the Omicron, and there are almost 50 such variants of Omicron across the world. The two prominent or the predominant ones are XBB and BF.7. Now, for a subvariant or a sublineage to establish itself, they have to have certain properties, and these properties are what give a survival benefit to the virus. And the most important one is how rapidly or how efficiently a virus can transmit from person to person. In that, I think BF.7 and XBB both have outsmarted all the previous variants in the terms that they are highly infectious, their incubation period is very short, and so there's something we call R0. That means how many persons one person can infect, and that number stands at 10 to 18. That means one person getting infection can give this infection to about 10 or 18 more people, and then that sort of goes like branches of the tree. Fortunately enough, most of these viruses, although the present strains have become more efficient in transmission and causing infection, but they have not led to a more severe disease. And the severest disease we saw till date was that with Delta. So that's sort of a good news. Now, why that is happening, it could be because most of us have had infections in past, COVID infection, or we are vaccinated. So this does offer some degree of protection against getting a severe infection. But again, very important point of these viruses, these new mutant strains, is that they have a phenomenon of immune escape. That means even if one has had infection in past or one is fully vaccinated, still there is a risk of a person getting reinfected or infected in spite of vaccination with these strains, XBB and BF.7. If you ask me in terms of the symptoms caused by these strains, they are no different from that was caused by previous strains of COVID. So a high fever, which can last 3 to 5 days, throat pain, cough, cold, headache, body aches, some people complaining of abdominal pain. What is different is in the earlier strains, if you remember, a lot of people were complaining of loss of sense of taste and smell, which presently we are not seeing with the mutants which are presently causing infection. And the reason for that might be that vaccination is actually preventing us from getting effect of those areas of the body which are concerned with smell and taste. Prevention still remains the cornerstone. One must prevent oneself from getting infected. But let me tell you, with the present strains, they are so infectious that once this illness comes in any member of the family, it is very, very difficult to prevent others from getting infected. So the golden principles of hand hygiene, masking, and avoid being in crowded places still holds a very, very big significance and importance.